Our Director of Ceremonies, the Honorable Vice President, General Retired Dr. C.G.D.N. Chwenga, in absentia, Honorable Vice President General Retired K.C.D. Mohadi, the National Chairman of our ruling parties and PF, and the Minister of Defense, Honorable O.C.Z. Mchinguri Kashiri, the Minister of State for Harare Metropolitan Province, Honorable Senator Charles Tavengwa, the Minister of Industry and Commerce, Honorable N.M. Ndlovu, Honorable Ministers and Deputy Ministers who are here, the Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Dr. Martin Lushoya, senior government officials who may be here, Chairman of the Cut Rug Processors, Mr. Simon Radland, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends. It is my singular honor and privilege to have been invited to officiate at the commissioning of the Cut Rug Processors' new production facilities. This occasion demonstrates Zimbabwe's ongoing industrial resurgency and testament that Zimbabwe is open for business, encouraged by private sector-led growth. Under my leadership, government has placed industrialization, modernization, value addition, and export-led growth at the core of our national development agenda and towards our quest to achieve Vision 2030. We continue to recognize that the private sector, factories, farmers, innovators, and entrepreneurs must play their critical role with regards to expanded value chains, job creation, and overall industrialization and modernization of our motherland, Zimbabwe. I therefore congratulate the board and the management of this entity for the business expansion we have witnessed here today. Well done, Makorokoto Amhlope. Nyika inovakwa nevene vayo. It is most opportune that this development is occurring following our country's unprecedented successes in the agricultural sector. This has seen tobacco production reaching an extraordinary record of 355 million kilograms in 2025, valued at $1.2 billion US. Professor Ncube uno vanofana ku take up. Our flue pure tobacco stands out in both quality and demand across the region and beyond. This presents us with vast opportunities to further integrate the tobacco value chain into regional and global markets. We congratulate all tobacco farmers and stakeholders for this outcome. As a result, Zimbabwe now ranks 6th globally in tobacco production. Again, Makorokoto on top. But of course, we don't rank 60th in smoking in the world. Only in production. There's a difference. Over and above these milestones, the industry sustains more than 160,000 households, empowering rural communities and uplifting livelihoods of many across our nation. I call upon stakeholders to continue investing in value addition and beneficiation, while also promoting sustainable and climate-smart farming, as well as developing innovative local financing mechanisms to take on board most of our small-scale farmers. I want to applaud cut-rug processors for heeding my call to advance value addition and beneficiation of our golden leaf. This enterprise gives a glimpse into the immense potential of our manufacturing industry. It is further commendable that since its establishment in the year 2000, as Zimbabwe's first independent cut rug and cigarette manufacturing facility, Cut Rug Processors Private Limited has grown to become one of the leaders in innovation and production excellency. Congratulations. This multi-million-dollar investment by Cut Rug Processors reflects the growing confidence which the private sector continues to place in Zimbabwe's economic transformation agenda and, of course, the Second Republic. The deployment of modern technologies to leapfrog the country's modernization and industrialization remains of critical importance. Hence, the state-of-the-art plant unveiled here today will go a long way towards the efficient processing of cut rug and increasing the overall annual production levels of cigarettes. I'm not so sure I encourage us to be cigarette smokers, but producers. This remarkable capacity of the plant is yet to consolidate Zimbabwe's self-sufficiency in tobacco manufacturing and as an emerging exporter of high-value finished tobacco products. I commend Cut Rug Processors for its commitment to innovation and sustainability. The use of energy sources such as wood blocks from timber waste is a model for responsible production. I admire you, which is now the global norm. Again, I say to you, well done. my dear distinguished invited guests, my government continues to accelerate the ease of doing business reforms, which target 12 sectors. To date, tremendous progress has been registered in sectors such as agriculture, transport, tourism, and most recently, the wholesale and retail subsectors. Numerous licenses, permits, levies, and fees, as well as the multiple regulatory requirements have been reviewed and streamlined. The requisite statutory instruments and statutes are accordingly being amended. Through this ongoing regulatory reform agenda, we are determined to ensure that no investment is hindered by bureaucratic red tape in Zimbabwe. We are entrenching a business operating environment that is consistently predictable and transparent, where enterprise and innovation are rewarded and industry thrives. To bolster this trust, the National Development Strategy number 2 will soon be launched as yet another building block to our country's continuing economic growth and transformation agenda. This will be augmented by the Zimbabwe National Industrial Development Policy number 2, designed to accelerate industrialization and modernization, while also aiding the diversification of domestic production and productivity. In this regard, my government is advancing a comprehensive local content strategy that clearly articulates our commitment to accelerating localization, value addition, and beneficiation of our products. These policy frameworks, among other critical enablers, should ensure that more of Zimbabwe's wealth is created and retained within our borders. As we prepare to transition towards implementation of NDS number 2, appropriate enablers, including the rehabilitation and expansion of key projects in areas such as energy, water, transport, and ICT infrastructure, remain our priority areas. To this end, my government adopted the Zimbabwe National Artificial Intelligence Strategy to harness the benefits of emerging technologies. Digital infrastructure is therefore being expanded to support e-commerce, automation, and smart manufacturing. Our holistic and integrated approach will ensure that Zimbabwe's industrial base is anchored by robust and efficient infrastructure. Equally important will be the harnessing of digital transformation to scale up industrial efficiency through the Internet of Things, intelligent manufacturing, big data, and augmented analytics. The use of such advanced manufacturing technologies must herald the necessary paradigm shift from traditional manufacturing models. However, as we scale up our industrialization, I challenge industry players, you guys who are here, to be informed by our national interests and a shared desire to improve the quality of life for all our people, no matter where they live. In our respective business and company strategies across all sectors, let us be conscious of the need to ensure that no one and no place is left behind. Our guiding principle remains our shared national development philosophy. Nyika inovakwa, igotongwa, igonamatirwa nevene vayo. Vene vayo ndisu. Finally, I once again congratulate the management and the staff of cut rug processors, as well as stakeholders in the agriculture sector, in particular those in our tobacco industry, for their various contributions, which have seen the realization of the achievement at this enterprise. I say to you, Makorokoto Amhlop. Asinora kuvunza. Tobacco kusta ndo kuno konzera chinchia. Kenza. Ichokwadi. Azwisizo. Ndizo. Ndikuvunza kakumno asa amugare munyika muno. So atinonzwa kuti tobacco inokonzera chirwere chakwadere. Ndobvunza imwe no tazve tobacco warungu. Yes, taurative.
I think vanonzwa mudumbu naye. We can drink the same amount of water, and mwanonzwa mudumbu, which means a running stomach, and I'll be okay. So the same thing happens with tobacco. I know a very good friend of mine. I happen to have lived in Cape Town for a number of years. This guy started smoking at the age of 15, and he died at the age of 116. His name is Fred Bloom, and he was still calling for his cigarettes on his deathbed. Therefore, I don't encourage anyone to smoke, but it's proof that this close friend of mine lived all his life smoking a minimum of about 35 to 40 cigarettes a day.
Good. So, this guy has been brave enough to tell the president that tobacco is safe to smoke. Please go out and smoke. With these remarks, it is now my singular honor and privilege to declare the production facility here at Cartrag Process Private Limited officially commissioned. God bless you all. God bless Zimbabwe.